Well, good evening, YouTube channel. This is Belmont speaking. So, this is another video, and it's going to be off topic. And it doesn't have anything to do with the lock sport community per se, but I will be mentioning some people. Now, I'm doing a lot of channel surfing these days. Personally, I haven't had access to cable in, well, a year. And I kept coming across a commercial on channels for Bravo. I don't know if any of the viewers on here actually know what the channel Bravo is or anything like that. But they were advertising a reality TV game show called Spy Games. Now, I just finished watching the first episode online on, well, the Bravo YouTube channel, which I gotta say I was a little disappointed. First off, I'm going to talk about the lock picks and the locks. Now, I do not know if I'm going to try and make a series out of this, but I am an enthusiast of lock picking. I am a lock picker, sport picker, whichever way you want to spell it out. And I'm first going to point out one. These 10 contestants were given a, well, little training device, a metal door. It had a deadbolt on there. They were given a pair of handcuffs and what looked like a Master Lock 140. And they were apparently given a small set of lockpick tools, a small pouch. Now, the only thing they really showed was taking a tension wrench, a very thin one, and the person who was not even a locksmith, not even a lock picker, but a SWAT person. He told them to take the tension wrench and shove it down the shackle and to be able to unlock handcuffs after he told them to cuff themselves. Now, the 9 players were given their little set. They were told to practice. Now, not for a single minute did I see what type of pick they were told to use, where they were told about single pen picking, or they were just encouraged to use a basic rake, like city rake, L rake, a jiggler, or a snake, or wave, or anything like that. Or even if it was just, a diamond. Who knows? It is a reality show after all, and supposedly the prize is $100,000. Now, they had a challenge to where they were handcuffed to a radiator bar. They had an hour to unlock themselves from the cuffs and shuttle through a drain pipe to come up to a padlock, which looked like it was a Master Lock 140, the black painted one, but looked like it was in the same style. Longer shackle though, and was attached to a sewer door opening grate. They had to pick through this with, looked like they had maybe two picks in their hands, one tension wrench. After they got through that, their final lock was a deadbolt. Now, this is not necessarily the brand of deadbolt that they had to pick, but it's a deadbolt. It is a game show, but the person who they suggested to teach someone about how to pick locks, and this is 9 strangers who look like they don't know their head from their ass. And we're talking about not even neophytes or noobs when it comes to lock picking or sport picking. We're talking about total nobodies. And the SWAT guy, if that was to be believed, told them to listen for the clicks. Now, on YouTube, there are a lot of channels who do their long, drawn-out videos, and they talk about listen to the clicks. Here a click, there a click, everywhere a click, click. But a person who is completely new to lock picking, they're not going to know anything about listening to the clicks. They're going to probably barely remember that you put the tension wrench a certain way, you put the pick in there, and if they're smart and they remember anything basic when it comes to raking, they would try and jiggle or rock the pick inside the lock to get it open, which you can do with a city rake or even a jiggler pick. Now, I personally don't do the listen for the clicks. I pick sporadically, not every single day. The players are also told to practice for them to get through the challenge. And that is part of what has to do with lock picking practice. If you take the time to practice, even a complete novice, someone who's never picked up a lock before, can open them. It just takes a little bit of time, a little bit of practice. Do I know what brand of lock picks were being used? No. But from the look of a small pleather type pack, I'm probably going to say they might have been a cheap Chinese brand. If not, someone might have opted for Sparrows if it's a TV/game show, since that would be where the money is and the tie-in is. Or they could have pumped their money into, well, the drama and stick with a cheap Chinese set. But as we've also found, even Southford, Sparrows, HPC, Clom, Huck, any of those companies are pretty much going to make the same kind of picks over and over. There's not really much difference in what company makes what picks. They're all relatively good. You just are paying for a name brand. Now we're passing the 10-minute mark, but I don't know if I'm going to try and keep watching this show. I really don't like drama, but I thought it was interesting how they chose to explain how to pick a lock by using a SWAT personnel person. My assessment would have been, let's go with someone who's in the lock sport community. And I'm not necessarily going to say lock noob, since, well, my last video assessing him and his last video. But I would have gone with someone like, say, Bosnian Bill, for instance, since he has been around and he's been picking locks. He is, in fact, a locksmith. And he is one of the best in the community. I would say second runner-up would probably be lock-picking lawyer. One of the two would have been an excellent person to walk onto a show and say, yes, this is how you pick a lock if you've never picked a lock before. This is the type of pick you would use. This is the tension wrench. I'm going to walk you through a few basic lessons. Or even encourage these people to pull up YouTube and, you know, whip out your smartphone, whip out your laptop. Type in lock picking on YouTube. Chances are you're going to come up with videos for Bosnian Bill, lockpicking lawyer, and other communities. Now, I don't know how many comments this will actually bring. I do know that Black Dolphin 90 has been the most recent commenter to most videos now. I would also like to say this, as I assessed a recent subscriber, Jim Anderson. First off, Jimmy, I took a look at your channel. I left 2 comments at your first video and your 7th video. It was blunt and direct. It was biting, but it was also honest. He also apparently has time to round the bases with leaving comments on other videos, but is too cowardly to respond to comments on his videos. And if you're in the lock sport community, your comments are your bread and butter. They make you. So we're coming up on past the 14-minute mark, and we're going to close about 15. So thanks for stopping by, watching the video. Comment, thumbs up or thumbs down it. I really don't give a shit. Share it, subscribe if you want. Email me if you think I'm such a bad person. I don't care. But stay tuned.